I hope everyone can see that all right. I'm going to go ahead and start with just showing you guys a video about New York Film Academy. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Michael Young. I'm president of the New York Film Academy, and I'd like to welcome you to our video. Over the last 2 decades, the New York Film Academy has become one of the most prominent institutions of visual and performing arts education. We believe in learning by doing. If you're going to start on your first project, day 1 of the program, we want to help you find the best program for you.
They learn about cinematography, about screenwriting, about acting. You're going to learn all the different components of filmmaking.
The heart of our program is teaching actors skills to work on camera.
A good producer has to see the big picture. Learning the industry is as important as learning the technical aspect of filmmaking.
I teach them loading cameras, learning to light, building a set, understanding where to place those lights.
Screenwriting is the basic element of all visual storytelling. If you write from your experience, from the things that you love, breaking down the characters and creating a world of your own, then you create amazing stories.
People learn things quickly, integrate them quickly, apply them quickly, learn to make documentaries by making documentaries.
You are learning how to dance, you are learning how to sing, you are learning how to act.
With teachers who are on Broadway, so they can tell you, no, this is what happens when you walk in the door. Animation today is so universal. You have to consider the global marketplace. There's limitless potential with animation.
The main takeaway is you're going to learn how games work as systems and be a very facile and capable system designer.
Journalism helps us figure out the chaotic lives that we live now. You can start to make sense of what's going on around us.
Students photograph architecture, lifestyle, fashion, food, people, portraits, and it gives students a great opportunity to create incredible work.
The faculty at the New York Film Academy are all present-day, current working industry professionals.
We have campuses in New York, Los Angeles, South Beach, Miami, and Gold Coast, Australia, plus a location in Florence, Italy, as well as satellite locations all over the world.
The New York Film Academy campus in New York City is located in Battery Park in Manhattan. They can use the entire city as their backlot.
We're right on the doorstep of Warner Brothers and Universal Studios. Everyone gets a chance to have production classes on the Universal Studios backlot. We have short-term workshops, 1-year conservatory programs, as well as associate, bachelor, and master degree programs. During the summer months, we also offer hands-on youth and high school summer camps where students can learn storytelling while meeting new friends and having fun.
The facilities and equipment we have here at the New York Film Academy are incredible.
We strive to have as much cutting-edge equipment as possible so students can attend our program, learn the equipment, and then go and start working.
New York Film Academy Industry Lab. It is an opportunity for students to gain professional experience.
We help our students every step of the way. We offer services for housing, financial aid, international visa applications, as well as career and veteran services. We have extracurricular activities and club sports that you can get involved with. One of the most thrilling experiences for our students is our guest lecture series. They get a chance to interact with some of the top figures in the entertainment industry, such as Steven Spielberg, Al Pacino, Ron Howard. It's truly an exciting experience for the entire campus.
The most important thing for any discipline in filmmaking or related arts is to tell a story.
The story.
Story.
Story. Storytelling.
Story. Story.
Story.
We're cultivating storytellers.
Yeah!
The student body feeds the energy here from more than 80 countries. We have students from the United States, Australia, Russia, China, Africa, Latin America, the Middle East. They bring so many different perspectives to the work. It allows our students to develop an international network.
We've been honored to teach so many talented students who go on to work at every level of the media and entertainment industry.
Any student who studies at New York Film Academy,
As soon as they graduate, they're going to be out there and they'll be able to make movies.
They are ready to be business people, not just artists.
We're really preparing our students to succeed in this business.
You're going to get a hands-on experience that you're not going to get in any film school in the world.
So there you have it. That's the New York Film Academy. Richard, can you just remind me how much time I have?
You have 30 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So just as a very brief overview, the New York Film Academy was founded in 1992 by a gentleman named Jerry Sherlock. This is Jerry here. And it was started by Jerry, who was a very powerful producer in Hollywood. He produced very many things from Broadway to films, but most notably, he produced The Hunt for Red October with Alec Baldwin and Sean Connery. And when he returned to New York City, so many people were asking him, how do I learn this? I'm very interested in filmmaking, but I don't know where to start. And back in the early 90s, it was a very prestigious thing to go to film school. It was very hard to get into. It was very expensive. So Jerry had the idea of starting the New York Film Academy as just a very intensive, hands-on learning by doing program. And it started with just an 8-week filmmaking workshop. And it proved to be very, very popular. So we then extended into the 1-year filmmaking workshop. And that's also when we introduced the Acting for Film program, which was the first of its kind in the United States. So New York Film Academy very much now prides itself on being still very hands-on, very intensive, but we now are a full college of visual and performing arts that is both regionally and nationally accredited, with 5 full-time locations ranging everywhere from associates, bachelor's, and master's degrees to kids and teens summer camps. So you can see the different areas of study here for New York Film Academy. Obviously, we were founded with Film Academy. We were founded with filmmaking. And I think filmmaking and acting for film will probably always be our 2 most popular programs, but we have now split off so that there's more intense disciplines into producing and screenwriting and cinematography. 3D animation and game design are our 2 fastest growing programs, because really everything that you do now will include some type of visual effects. And I don't think games are really going anywhere anytime soon. So students have the opportunity to study in one of these programs. You can't study 2 at one time because of how intensive it is. So you do need to know what you want to study before you start at New York Film Academy. We do, like I said, offer multiple degree programs. So the first would be an associate's degree, which is a 2-year program. Those are offered at our Los Angeles campus only. The bachelor's degree in the United States is traditionally a 4-year program. New York Film Academy makes it an accelerated 3-year degree. So you're studying full-time year-round for 3 years. And the bachelor's degree is offered both in Los Angeles and then in New York for either filmmaking or acting for film. We then have a 1-year Master of Arts and a 2-year Master of Fine Arts. So students really can study at a very top level. The Masters of Fine Arts is a terminal degree that's as high as you can go in these areas of study. And a very important thing to note is that you do not have to have an undergraduate degree in the same subject in order to go into our master's program. So you can have your bachelor's in BTech or engineering or technology and then come to a master's degree in filmmaking or producing. And that's a very popular career path for most of our students. We do also offer the the 1- and 2-year conservatory programs. And a conservatory program is just a hyper-focused program on one subject. So if you're studying filmmaking or acting, that's all you're studying. You don't have the liberal arts classes that come with a degree program, the math, the science, the history. So it is a very popular thing in the arts community to study at a conservatory level because it is very specifically focused on one art. We do also offer short-term workshops of 4, 6, and 8 weeks, which are pretty much the first month or 2 months of all of our other programs. So students can certainly start in a short-term workshop And if they love what they're doing, you can extend into a longer term workshop. And if you do that, we'll take the cost of that short-term workshop off of the tuition for the long-term program. So you essentially get 1 or 2 months for free. And a lot of the students will start with a short-term workshop in order to get the feel of it, make sure this is really what they want to study, but also to make sure that New York Film Academy is right for them. As I said before, we are a very intensive program. Students are in class Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and they're shooting on nights and weekends. So it's not a traditional university in where you have 1 or 2 classes a day. This is all you're going to be doing while you're studying here. And we do that for multiple reasons, but most because it's our job to train you in the safe space that is the school, but to be able to walk out of New York Film Academy onto a film set and be prepared and be professional. And it's very important to note that this is not a 9-to-5 job. People are on set for 12 to 14 hours a day. So that's how we're training you while you're at the New York Film Academy. We do also offer multiple online programs, which came about because of COVID, but we're keeping them because they proved to be very, very popular, with still as hands-on as you can get in a online program. We do also offer kids and teen summer camps as well. And hopefully starting again next year, we'll be able to have them with housing. The last 2 years, obviously, we did not offer housing because of COVID, but all of these programs are meant to be built on top of each other. So as an adult, you can go from a 4-week workshop into a 1-year program into a degree. So you don't have to start with a degree. You're welcome to sort of build into it. Like I said, we do also offer 5 full-time locations worldwide. We are the New York Film Academy. Our headquarters are in New York City. New York City offers the short-term workshops, 1- and 2-year conservatory programs, as well as the bachelor's degree in either filmmaking or acting. New York City is a little bit more of an independent film city. You're shooting on the streets of New York City, so it's much more location-based than it is in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is actually our largest campus, and that is where all of our degree programs are held, as well as the short-term workshops and conservatory programs. So in Los Angeles, we are right in the middle of Burbank, which is between our campus is between Universal Studios and Warner Brothers Studios. So you are literally in the heart of it, and you get to shoot on the back lot of Universal Studios. And we are the only film school in the world in which you get to do that. You do also have the option of taking your first year in New York City and then transferring out to Los Angeles in order to get what we call a bi-coastal experience. So we do also have a small campus in Miami, Florida, where we offer the short-term workshops, conservatory, and some degree programs. We have a full-time year-round campus in Florence, Italy, where we offer short-term workshops in filmmaking and acting, as well as a semester program in filmmaking and acting. And then lastly, we do have the Gold Coast of Australia, which is in the Gold Coast of Australia, but there they offer short-term workshops as well as 1- and 2-year diploma and advanced diploma programs. So it's important to note that not every program is offered at every location. So that's what myself is here for, and EACC, in order to assist you to find which program is right for you and where to study and all of that. When we start talking about requirements, EACC will assist you with the whole application process. So you are welcome to submit your application. And then, as Roger had mentioned before, you will get a specific applicant portal that is designed only for you in order to upload all of your documents. For the kids and teens programs, there are no requirements. Everyone is welcome. The online programs for adults, you just have to have proof of high school graduation. For the short-term programs, those 4-, 6-, and 8-week workshops, you have to show proof of high school graduation, as well as have a short Zoom conversation with myself, just to ensure your English is high enough It's a very casual conversation. It's nothing to be concerned about. The only program for the short-term programs that requires an audition is musical theater. As Roger had said before, for musical theater, we have to know that you can sing. So you do have to send in an audition for musical theater, but for all other short-term workshops, there is no creative portfolio or audition required. Once we get into the 1 and 2 year programs, this is where we start to require either an audition or a portfolio. So Roger has spoken to you about acting in musical theater and what we expect for those programs. But if you're interested in coming for a visual arts program, filmmaking, producing, cinematography, photography, 3D animation, game design, you can see on our website exactly what is required for each one of those. It is different for each program, but really what we're looking for is anything that shows your creativity, your ideas, the story that you want to tell. So of course, if you've made a movie, we would want to see that movie. But if you haven't, you can also submit scripts, storylines, storyboards, short stories, poems, photographs. I had one student who was a furniture designer and he sent in pictures of the furniture that he designed. So there are many options, but we do want to be able to see your work. So for the 1 and 2 year programs, you have to have your proof of high school or college graduation, another short conversation with myself via Zoom, as well as either an audition or a portfolio. The degree programs, you have to have everything that I just mentioned, as well as 2 letters of recommendation, which will come from someone who has taught you or has worked with you professionally, as well as a statement of purpose. This is your why. Why do you want to study at New York Film Academy? Why are you interested in filmmaking? You would write about a 2 to 3 page essay on that. And then you do have to have either a TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo exam, unless you have studied full-time in English before. So like I said, EACC will assist you with the application process, and then all of us can work together in order to get your requirements put onto the applicant portal and be reviewed, hopefully for acceptance. We do offer housing assistance in all of our locations. In New York, we do offer a dormitory style housing that is 1 subway stop away from the school. Those are single, double, or triple rooms with a private bathroom and then a shared kitchen and shared living area. I heard Richard before our presentation started talking about how to make friends and that dorms are usually the best possibility. I would agree with that. It is, oh goodness, I don't know what's happening. It is the easiest way to make friends. So it's nice. That's how I started my college career. I still literally just yesterday spoke to, what is happening? To my college roommate. So anyway, we do offer dorms in New York City. In Los Angeles, we offer apartment style housing that is within walking or bike riding distance to the school. And those are studio, 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, fully furnished apartments that you can rent. South Beach, Miami, and Florence all have housing assistants that will be able to assist you. So we do help you with that whole process as well. When we're talking about entering on a student visa, if you're coming for a kids or teens programs, you will just come on either a B1, B2 tourist visa or ESTA, depending on what your nationality is. All adult programs of 4 weeks or longer do require an F1 student visa. And that is really what EACC can help you with, as well as myself. You do have to receive something from us called a Form I-20. And in order to get that, you do have to be able to show proof of financials. So you have to be able to show the full first year of study in tuition, as well as where the funding will come from for the next 2 to 3 years. So it's important to note as well that while you are studying, you cannot hold a job. There's just, first, there's no time, but second, it's illegal. But after you have finished studying in a program of 1 year or longer, you do get the option to apply for optional practical training, or OPT, where you can stay in the United States and work for 1 year. So we will help you with the whole visa process that will come after you have been accepted and can start 6 months before your start date. It is important to note that at New York Film Academy, we do not offer full scholarships. However, we do offer multiple types of tuition assistance for any program of 1 year or longer. So if you're looking to come for a program of 1 year or longer, as I said, the first thing you will do is submit either a creative portfolio or an audition. And with that, we will review you for what's called a talent-based award. The talent-based award will be determined by the chair of the program after they have reviewed your creative portfolio or your audition. And with that, you can receive anywhere between $0 to $15,000 US per year off of your tuition. If you don't receive that full $15,000, you can also apply for a needs-based tuition assistance, which is based off of you and your family's need for financial help. So you would write an essay describing what is going on in your family's finances, and then we would also need to see your parents' financial paperwork. And between the two, between talent-based and needs-based, the most that you can receive from New York Film Academy is $15,000 per year. If you are interested in coming for a bachelor's degree, you can also apply for a merit-based award, which is based off of your high school GPA. Most likely you will have to get your GPA and credits translated, we call it, so that you are on a 4.0 scale. So we are aware of what your GPA would be equal in the United States, but that is also an option. And then we have our Matthew Modine Master's Scholarship, and this is for the top of the top of the top students who are applying for a master's degree in filmmaking or acting. For that, you have to be nominated. You can't just say you want the Matthew Modine Scholarship. You would have to be nominated for that. So it is important to note that while we do not offer full scholarships, there is multiple types of tuition assistance that can help you. So keep that in mind while you're looking at schools, because it is a very substantial discount. Life after New York Film Academy is busy, but New York Film Academy itself is 50% international. We've had students from over 160 different nationalities. So your network will not only include domestic students, but also students from all over the world, which in the way that the industry is going now, with shooting happening all over the world, can be very, very helpful. The hands-on experience that you will have if you're interested in taking a filmmaking program with us, you will write, shoot, direct, and edit 8 of your own films and work on 28 others in your first year alone. If you're coming for acting, the filmmakers need actors to be in those films, so you have a chance to act in close to 30 films in 1 year. The work that you create while studying at New York Film Academy, the demo reel and resume will be larger than any other school in the world, because we are putting you to work. But you also have business classes in every single one of your programs, so that you really understand what it takes to make it in this industry and become a business person. You'll see below where some of our students have worked before, everything from NBC to HBO to Warner Brothers. You can always check out our alumni highlight reel. We have had multiple Indian students who have made it very, very large. Like Richard said, Kushi Kapoor was here in 2019, I think. I don't know, with COVID, my time doesn't exist. But you can see all of our alumni highlights on our website. And then New York Film Academy is extremely proud to have hosted what we call our guest lecture series, where we have had people who are big names in the industry, everywhere from Steven Spielberg, Al Pacino, Ron Howard, Adam Driver was at the school a couple of years ago. And just during COVID, we had Alec Baldwin speak to all of our students. And this is a very rare opportunity where you are able to sit and listen to their experience in this industry, but then also have a question and answer session where you can ask them questions about really anything. So the guest lecture series will hopefully be returning in person in 2022, but we still have our guest lecture series virtual now, which is very exciting as well. And we're able to reach more people virtually. So there is a lot of information about New York Film Academy. That being said, we would absolutely love for you to join us and reach out to us if you have further questions. EACC is really here to help you through the entire process. I've worked with them for a long time and I'm very grateful for their partnership. But I'll go ahead and stop now and see if there are any questions. If you either want to put them in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask them, that's fine. And yeah.
Mustafa, you don't get a PR in New York City. You have to earn it. It's not easy. You need a sponsor. You will have to work for 6 years, and after which you will be able to apply for a green card. So it's not as easy as you have written it, but it's a hard work of you getting a sponsor and you working for 6 years. Shruti, is there any online program available in this period and how to apply?
So yes, we are offering online programs throughout the year. We do have our fall start date coming up. And it's very easy to apply. You'll just go through EACC, they'll walk you through it. It is important to note the time difference with our online programs. Most of them are taught either from New York or Los Angeles, so you would want to be wary of what the times are. There are a few times a year where we have a online program that's designed for the Asian time zone, so that might be a little easier for you. But you just will go through EACC to apply for any of the programs that you see on our website. After a one-year program, could we apply for master's? Absolutely. That is something a lot of our students do, especially if you don't have a background in whatever the discipline may be. You would need to take that one-year program to build your portfolio or your audition techniques, and then you can apply apply for the master's program. And then depending on the program, it's really either just one more year or 1 year and a semester. So we do have a lot of students who would do a one-year program into a master's. And really, you can also do that with your first year in New York City and then your second year of master's in Los Angeles if you wanted to. So.
Leslie, like Devam, who is also a student of basically New York Film Academy, Deep will be joining.
I just love him. He's my favorite.
He's your favorite, okay. Deep will be joining soon, but Shahrukh Sayani is also a serious applicant. He is a serious applicant. He has done acting course from Anupam Kher Acting Academy. Anupam Kher is an actor in Bollywood and now a politician. So he has basically probably a politician. I don't know. I'm not good in current affairs. So he has taken the acting course from there, and probably you would see the applications. So anything that you want, he's probably looking into acting. So anything that you want to tell to him regarding acting.
What I will say about our acting program is it is very specific for the screen. We don't have acting for the stage, but for the screen, it is a very different craft. And what we are going to do is train you of how not only to act on camera, but also understand what the whole business is around acting, how to get an audition, how to find an agent. You'll have audition techniques within your program. You also take a filmmaking class. So you'll have some time behind the camera, and you also take a screenwriting class so you understand what the whole process is. It's not just you sitting in front of a camera acting. There are hundreds of people around you. In the beginning, Richard talked about how many, many moons ago, I used to work with Walt Disney's great-grandson as a costume designer. I was very young. I was in my 20s. And even just as a costume designer and wardrobe stylist, you don't even realize how many people are on a film set at any given time. So you need to understand what this entire process is, not just you sitting in front of a camera. And our acting program is very intensive, but if this is what you love to do, this is where to come.
Perfect. Thanks, basically. Thanks a lot. And it's always a pleasure to have New York Film Academy on Student University webinar. And you have been quite generous to accept all our invitations and to be here.
I'm ready to return to India and get on the road again.
looking forward to seeing you soon. Yeah. Also important is basically post your feedbacks on the link Facebook Live page that has been given, so that there are some good prizes to be won. I basically now invite Aruna to basically just let me, okay. I'm not prepared yet. So, I've been caught sleeping. So just a minute. So before basically, I invite Aruna, I just want to thank Lizzie, and I want to thank is it there? Is Mr. Roger? I guess he is not there.
Oh no, he had to go to a different meeting.
Perfect. So I really want to thank Lizzie for basically, and Mr. Roger for being participating this and to explain everything to us, to our students, because what happens is, as an international student, there are a lot of fear, there are a lot of anxiety, there is a lot of misinformation, and when it comes basically directly from the university officials, things become quite clear on what is expected and how to go about. So thank you, Lizzie, and for basically Mr. Roger as well for explaining the portfolio and how to make it. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure always to have you here. Thank you again.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day.
Now, let me basically just introduce Aruna here. She is going to end, and she'll tell you a few things, few important things, basically that is important for you to understand about Student University webinar.
Thank you everyone for joining the Student University webinar 4. I want all the students to attend all the webinars to get guaranteed results. Don't have any complaints, no excuses, and share among your friends and relatives and be on time. On Wednesday, 18th August, we have our success skills. The topic is right habits are important for success. Presenter is Mr. Richard Lacerado, the founder and managing director of EACC. The student questionnaire topic would be how to select university for study abroad. The university presenting is Florida International University, USA, and presenter is Ms. Stacey Bernard, the manager for global recruitment and operations at Florida International University's Chapman Graduate School of Business. We'll start at 6:30 p.m. sharp. We want you to log in 10 minutes early. Now, the Student University Webinar 4 is the largest live Student University webinar, which is on Zoom and also live on Facebook. It's a 37-day event, live from 13th August to 2nd October. 37 foreign universities participating from 10 countries. 37 student questionnaire answered by university officials. And you have 37 success skills for students to help achieve their career dreams. Application fee waiver, scholarships, Q&A, and free Zoom one-on-one meeting for personalized counseling. Feedbacks. We have posted best feedbacks will get special prize, and it will be declared on Saturday at 8 p.m. Do write your feedback on your wall with hashtag EACC, hashtag Coach Richard L, hashtag Student University Webinar 4, hashtag Get Connected. You can also tag us at EACC 2000 on Facebook, @ EACC_2000 on Instagram. You can follow us on YouTube, EACC-Education Abroad Counseling Center. For free Zoom one-on-one, you have to contact our volunteers, the groups, the student university webinar groups. You have to contact the volunteers of that groups to get free Zoom one-on-one counseling. And if you are not part of any group, we have posted the student university webinar Google form for free Zoom one-on-one counseling. Support us by forwarding the link to your family, friends, and relatives, and let everyone benefit from this wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Luna, and thank you everybody for participating. I hope you enjoyed it as we enjoyed presenting it to you. So today was day 4 of the 37 days. There are 33 more days to go, and I want each of you to come and also spread so that more people come, and this webinar, being the largest webinar, become also the largest audience webinar. And the good thing about this webinar can be spread to many. So thank you very much.